At your back, it's something
Yeah.
to do with the sleet in your face.
Yeah.
By a woman
Right.
from Wisconsin. Great. So to try to wrap up a very rich discussion, I just want to find the right thingy here. Is this it? Okay, so we're, as you know, the women, girls, and ladies, and our subtitle is an intergenerational conversation among feminists, right? So we really emphasize when we go around and speak the intergenerational and the conversing. And since this is a workshop, we really want to kind of take this closing moment to reflect and step back and get all meta and process and get down in the muck for a minute. We often talk about how when men disagree in public, when they have different ideas on a subject, it's called conversation, and when women do, at least according to how mainstream media in this country seems to frame it, especially when feminists disagree, it's a cat fight, you know.
Remember the last time you were here? The pitch thing?
Oh yeah.
We did better this time.
We've been pitched as a
Oh,
cat.
yes, even us, even right here, that's right, in the newspaper. It was the student paper?
No, it was the weekly alternative.
The weekly alternative, okay. Even,
Well, that was even, remember the New York
The man
one?
bats?
We had a New York advertisement that said, watch the women pull out their man bats this week. We were like, did you bring your man back? I forgot to pack on it.
Wish you had a man.
sometimes it's true. But, you know, so we have put aside our man bats here in this conversation, but I also think, you know, let's see if we can talk about the differences that might have come up in this conversation that has been intergenerational that we've had over the past, you know, hour and a half. Because I think sometimes, you know, if the media tends to frame our disagreements as catfights, I think women often tend to go the other way and try to be agreeable about everything all the time, and it, you know, can mask some of the interesting, juicy stuff that, you know, is sitting in this room with us as well. So I want to ask you, did you find, you know, stepping back from the content, we used work-life as the theme, right? But we could have used, talk about your definition of feminism, and, you know, we travel around and do kind of different themes and different occasions, and, you know, this is work-life day, so we're talking about work-life. But, you know, did you find any differences in the definitions that people of a different generation from you in this room today seem to have when they talked about the theme that we were talking about, balance? Power was also, I think we kind of had two themes going. I was very struck, for instance, as, well, I can't really call myself younger anymore now that I'm over 40, but yes.
Still young.
Yes. Still young in some contexts. But so, you know, I was really struck by hearing some voices of women who are older than me talk about, well, I don't really relate to powerful, or, you know, that doesn't resonate. And I think about that very deeply, and what that means for, you know, the course of history and where we are and where we've been and how things are and aren't changing. So I just want to ask you to think for a moment, just, you know, quietly reflect or write something down, or, you know, just see if you can pull up an instance during this conversation today where you heard something that surprised you from somebody younger or older than you when they were talking about power or when they were talking about balance. Something that confused you, just something that you're going to walk away from here thinking about.